If you want to know about bad snowstorms, you go to Wyoming. Is that it? Yeah, Wyoming. I was out there, and I thought Jean was driving first, and I thought she was racing, going fast, because it was coming against us so hard. I said, slow down, Jean, slow down. I said, slow down. Jean said, I'm not moving. I said, what? It was coming, the snow was coming, and I thought we was moving fast. So I thought I was a little better driver than Jean, and I got under the wheel. Now I got out there so far, I couldn't go forward. I couldn't go backwards. I couldn't turn to the left. It was mountains somewhere out there, and it was a place, embankment, what you would go over. I'm trying to tell you how bad the storm gets. And I just stood still myself. Sometimes that storm gets so bad, you need to just stand still and wait on help. I stood still, and I said, we can't move. And a truck pulled up. They can see a little better than us. And this truck man let his window down. And I let mine down. He said, will it run? I said, what? He said, will it run? I said, it'll run, I just can't see. He said, scoot over. He jumped over into the car. We scooted over. His cigarette and all. I see the time I done got all righteous, you know. Yeah, you can't smoke that cigarette in here. Honey, I didn't say a word. God sent help. I was in a storm. And he had to put something over his nose and his mouth and let the window down. And every once in a while stick his head out so he could try to follow his partner. He was just following the image. You couldn't see, he had to keep his face covered up. But he brought us on in to Laramie, I believe it was. We got in there. Nobody but God. I said, if he didn't have the cigarette, I would have thought he was an angel. But an angel or what have you, God sent him. I'm talking about the time you can't go any further. You stand still. Wait on help. God's got help coming just around the corner. Wow! He brought us in. They had closed the roads up. You taking the west there. When the storm hit, and it hit so bad, they got gates that they throw across the highway, and they just close you in wherever you are. You find a place to stay good. If you don't, just bad. But you can't go no further. And we went into Laramie, and it happened that we got a place to stay. But during this time, while we had to wait on God, when we got in, that's the first time this is the second time. No, that's the first time that I heard the Lord say Shama. Because we had to stay in a room there. And we got on to pray. And something else had happened too. It's too long to tell that. But anyway, and the Lord spoke to us and said, Shama. Now we knew he wasn't no angel. But we can sure say God sent him. Nobody done that but God. If you can just put your trust in him right now. See? The way is already made. The battle's already been fought. And won. Jesus asked them,
and he said,
why are you so fearful, Faith Temple?
How is it that you have no faith?
Why is it with all this anointing, with all this joy, knowing that God is with us? We're not guessing this now. We have tried him. We found him to be with us. When we're at our lowest points, we say we can't make it. Get down here. Down on your knees. Can't even pray. Just groaning. Just moaning. And something passed by. Lord have mercy. Pat you on your back and say, I'm with you. I'm with. He don't take you out of it right then, but he'll tell you, I'm with you. Lord, just because they knew Jesus was with them, they had a hope. They said, we'll call him. Wake him up. Ask him, do he care if we perish or not? Can't nobody help us but him. You think you're in trouble. Lord have mercy. You haven't seen anything yet. God's on your side. Working for you. Making ways for you. Moving for you. Then you say, where's your faith? I'm getting ready to close. Let's turn to the 27th chapter of Acts. I'm going to skip over because I know it's getting late. Oh, God. If y'all can hold out. Whew. He said, if you trust and never doubt, he'll surely bring you out. Now the world's in trouble, y'all. They don't know which way to go. You know what I'm talking about? They're out there supposed to be having a good time. But it's trouble out there. One little mistake, one little slip could cost their lives. It's trouble. When the storm is raging, you got to learn how to prepare for it. Sometimes running might help, but sometimes that's worse. You'll run into something worse. There was another storm. All Jesus had to do was speak the word. And that calmed that storm. The 27th chapter and the 14th verse.
But not long after there arose against it a tempestuous
I think
wind,
we'll read the 10th verse first. And said
unto them, Sirs, I perceive that this voyage will be with
Paul said, Sirs,
damage.
I perceive that this voyage will be with hurt and much damage.
Not only of the
Why?
laden and
Because
ships,
there's a storm approaching us. There's a storm approaching. He got you fully equipped. That's why he tell you when you get in, get it all, get it all. Get the fullness. All right, read.
not only of the laden and ship, but also of our lives.
This storm is not going to only be on the ship, but it's going to be of our lives. Are you prepared? What did Paul say?
Nevertheless, the centurions believed the master and the owner of the ship more than those things which were spoken by Paul.
Now, that's the way people are. Paul was a man of God. The centurions didn't believe him. They believed. They didn't believe Paul. But they believed who?
And because their haven was not commodious to
believed-
winter, in
Go on.
the more part advised to depart thence also, if by any means they might attain to Phoenix, and there to winter, which is an haven of Crete, and lie toward the southwest and northwest. And when the south wind blew softly, supposing that they had obtained their purpose, loosing thence, they sailed close by Crete.
Where are you, brother?
14th verse now.
Oh, you.
But not long after there arose against it a tempestuous wind called Eurocyclone. And when the ship was caught and could not bear up into the wind, we let her drive.
Now, he said, when the ship was caught and could not bear up into the wind, they let her drive. They just let her go.
And
in other words, just whichever way it would take them, they let her drive. Now they could have fought it and tried to do something with it, but they couldn't handle it. You can't handle your problem. You done tried long enough. Let it drive. Just let it go. Lord have mercy. Now, Peter and them know they couldn't do nothing with it. Wake him up. You care not that we perish, we getting ready to die. So where's your next peace? Rebuke the wind, rebuke the condition. Rebuke it in your tongue, Brother Shanu. And other than that, let it drive. Let it go. You're already built up for it. You've already been praying, fasting, and seeking God. Now it's time to reach up in the heavens and draw from it. Sometimes you get so down, you only get out and say, You don't have the words. But because you have the truth, you say, I'm going to hold on it.